Energy Arena. And we are ready, finally. No more killing time. Let's get to it. We are racing 250B.
Hey, Daxter on the outside. I think he is in the top 5.
Wow.
Yeah, he pulled it off. Yeah, he's about 5th right now.
Hayden Deegan, I think, is going to snag that hole shot. Yes, so the 38 Danger Boy on that Yamaha. And how about a Dax Pinnock going out? Last gate pick.
Yeah. Evan Ferry sitting about 2nd or 3rd, just like he went on the outside and got moved to 3rd. But Binnick's in now 4th place. Matty Jorgensen in 6th.
That was clutch to be able to pull that start from the extreme outside gate. Binnick right back in the hunt for this one. Deegan trying to get away. Is Ferry going to be in the hunt for it as well? And it's the class that Ferry's focused on. He had some bad luck in his other class earlier today, but he was already out of contention in that one anyway. This is the one he's keyed in on. More moves by Binnick. Dax Binnick here in this orange, number 41 KTM. He just blew by Ferry as well. He just made 2 passes.
Dude, he's about to go to 2nd right now. Yep, there it is.
Unbelievable.
He went from I'm ticked off, I got last gate picked, to okay, now it's motivation for me. Yep. Obviously.
But he's also, I mean, yeah, he has something to prove to go out there and pass Deegan. But, you know, Deegan had a DNF in the first moto, so he sits right here and stays smooth right behind him, follow him to the end. And, you know, Dax has got it. But I know him pretty well, and he's probably wanting to prove everyone that he can beat him.
Absolutely. That is Dax Bennett you're looking at on screen right there.
Impressive. From the last gate pick to 2nd place here on the end of lap 1. Deegan, as you mentioned, not a championship factor because his bike broke almost instantly in the first moto, right. DNF. So Deegan's just out here to win motos. And just as quickly as Binnick blew by these guys, they're back. They're going to challenge him. I think Ferry was in that group, and Julian Bomer, who's had his bad luck with some bike issues throughout the week. Baseflug is 5th of the Cowie, Jorgensen 6th, Dayton Briggs, Lux Turner, Trevor Collop, Garrett, Alumbaugh. That's your top 10.
And I don't see Mark Finnis' name in here, so maybe he's not racing this one due to some bad luck, or if he's just got another bad start.
Yeah, we don't see it yet. So that's a tough break for him. He was showing some speed in the motos.
Yes. Bad moto scores. It looks bad on paper, but on the track and maybe some lap times, he was showing his speed for sure.
Definitely. We saw him close some gaps from pretty far back.
Way back, yeah.
So Bomer here, that's that high-vis gear you're looking at. That is 3rd place, and he's trying to keep Binnick honest. Right now, Binnick, though, would have this title pretty handily. He got around Ferry, who was one of the riders he had to deal with for the title. He got around him on lap 1. Look at Baseflug here on the Kawasaki. He's moving forward.
Bomer in a similar situation as Hayden Deegan as a Moto number 1, had a DNF, followed up Moto 2 with a 4th place position. So he's kind of in spoiler mode as well.
We're back momentarily here. I think we just might have lost our sound monitor, but not our sound, if that makes sense. As we go back to this battle, this is the man on the move. Baseflug, looking to make passes. He's got Bomer in his sights. Wow. Fighting it to get into that turn on the outside.
And Baseflug and Julian Bomer are going at it, and Baseflug got the pass on him.
Baseflug, man. Same thing. So many stories this week of guys who rode well and didn't quite show in the moto scores. He's sitting on a 2.5.
Those top 3 guys with pretty consistent even times with the 156. There's not too much of a gap, so Dax Binnick is sitting good right now, and he's got the overall because Hayden Deegan with the first moto DNF. So Evan Ferry's got to do something and pass some guys if he wants to have any chance at this championship.
Yeah, 5th place, not where Ferry wants to be. Same thing with Jorgensen back in 6th. And they're all, so you mentioned they're all the 159s.
Yep.
No one's making up ground back there. Fastest of the group is Trevor Collop from 7th. Went a little quicker than Jorgensen, Ferry, Bomer, and in the lead 3 are checking out. So we'll see how Daxton Binnick plays this. Does he want to show what he can do against Deegan, or is he just going to try to take the title?
Yeah, Evan's going back into storyland around Julian Bomer, so he moved up a position there. He's in 4th now, and maybe if he can get by Baseflug and Binnick, could possibly shift some positions back and maybe have a better chance at that championship.
Working their way back out of Storyland now. Ferry is going to have to hope for a mistake from Bennick, who's about 5 seconds further up the road. Space Fluke in this Kawasaki keeps charging forward. And he's catching, I think he's catching Bennick.
Just about in the same shot. Dax Bennick not too far in front of him. Good battle behind him, too.
Well, they pulled away from this group of Yamahas. Baumer and Ferry. Well, this could change things. At least it's going to put a little pressure on Bennick, and he might not know what bike it is. What do you think? Can he steal a glance and know who that is coming at him, or is he going to wonder if it's Ferry or someone that he can't let by?
I think, what you're talking about, Dax.
Yeah, Dax. Yeah.
I think he's focused on getting after Hayden, but at the same time, he's probably trying to stay pretty chill. His mechanics probably trying to keep him calm and get those lap times stay consistent to where he has no mistakes and doesn't throw this away. Even if Bosa gets him, I think he still gets him by 1 point for the overall. So unless something happens and Dax goes down, then he's stayed pretty smooth right now.
But I'm wondering is if he starts hearing a bike behind him, the way this track is set up, can you steal a glance and figure out who it is, or is he going to worry that that's Ferry or Jorgensen or someone like that?
You can definitely look around, look behind you, and some corners are super tight to where you could just glance back a little bit and see. When I'm riding, I don't think about too much of the moto scores, and all these guys are just focusing on going forward and eventually winning this moto or top 3, because that's where they know they need to be. They know about where they need to be to get the championship done.
So that's what Dax Bennick wants to do, just stay in that second place spot. Here's Hayden Deegan on the Monster Yamaha Star Racing machine. Broke a wheel in the first moto as Evan Ferry went down, and Deegan tried to hop out of the rut and get around him so he wouldn't crash into him, and he just caught his rear wheel in the foot peg, and that was the end of that. So no title in this class for Deegan, but man, like he's going to Glamis here in the dunes, and just doing some donuts the way he's sliding around that corner. That was beautiful.
Yeah, the key to all these bumps and gnarly kickers is just jumping through them and trying to stay as light as you can. And it looks like the way Deegan's checking out right now that he's got that pretty down pat as he jump right there, hop over that bump and smooth into the corner, and that's just kind of the fastest way around this track.
As you watch Deegan, meanwhile it's tightening up big time for second between Bennick and Baseflug. Bennick doesn't need to hold him off for the title, but could change things.
Wow. Look at
Deegan.
Look at the lap time, a 1:53.968. Kevin Kelly behind us going, this is going to be a 1:54, just about dead on. I'm going to give you credit where credit's due there.
Solid.
He was scooting.
Deegan, a 1:53. Look at this battle. Can Bennick hold off Baseflug?
Yeah, he just went about a second and a half faster than him, both to Bennick. So he could be getting this pass here soon.
My goodness.
Let's see what Baseflug can do here on this long short shoot that's almost become a whoop section.
No doubt.
And into the right-hander.
Standing up through those ruts.
Yeah. Hey, a lot of riders mentioning that the track felt a little bit more hard and slick. Is that something you've been able to see, or have you heard guys tell you that?
I've been able to see that. The track every year. I've been 8 years now. So obviously not this year, turned in pro, but the track forms almost the same every year, no matter how much sand they put into it. This year, it did seem a little bit more harder packed. Some sections that were slick, some faces that were slick, some landings, and just like right there in front of that triple going into the sand section. It's definitely shaping up maybe more hard pack. I don't know if that's due to the flood that came through here last year after Loretta's, but a lot of the riders are saying there's some rocks that are coming up, some harder pack sections. So, but it doesn't seem to change what people are doing on their tires. Earlier in the morning, they run the new MX-14 Dunlop, and towards the afternoon they changed to a 33. So, but yeah.
I was surprised to see that. Yeah, the Scoop, the MX-14, that's a new one. The improved, more sand mud tire. Surprised to see that still so much. Or is that a lot of that just a start? Is that a big reason?
Well, the paddle here for the start, they added sand this year, so the start is deeper out in front, but it's really hard pack on the gate. So the ruts on the gate aren't as deep as they usually are, but out there deeper where they till it at almost every moto is really deep. So if you got a paddle, you lose a little bit in the first 10 feet, but you just start digging and you know, where that speed starts to get up, you get the whole shot through that.
Man, Deegan jumping the bumps in the mechanics turn. Oh, here's that battle for second again. Bennick versus Baseflug going at it. And they're all alone. They got a big lead over Bomer, who's in fourth. Baseflug looking for a way around.
Ferry dropping back to 12th. I'm not sure what happened there if he went down. We didn't see it on camera here, but yeah.
Yeah, that's not the moto
break.
Ferry wanted. He wanted this title.
Yeah, Evan drops back to 5th overall with a 3.312 as they sit now.
Tripling into the back. Can Bennick hold Baseflug off? Doesn't have to for the title, but he'd still like to. And this would be a nice comeback. Been a couple of rough years, so Bennick was so darn tall. He ended up on a 250 in the B class really early. It's his third year in the B class. I think he was 13 in the B class going up against, 16, 17-year-olds.
Yeah.
So that was a rough one 2 years ago. Then last year, he was sick all week, didn't get the results. It's been a while since we've seen these types of rides. And working on a championship now.
Yeah, Dax, one of the youngest kids in the class, other than a few other 16-year-olds that we have in here. So, but yeah, he's been ripping this week.
Preston Baseflug doing
on the
work
inside.
right now on that inside line. Oh, Dax Bennick gets a little too far on the outside, cost him.
I always like that shorter line through there. It always ends up being rough, but it's shorter. You cut a lot of distance off, and if you can keep about the same speed you're going on the outside, you can make plenty of passes there. Jumping those bumps, Preston. He looks like he wants to go to the front.
Yeah, charging right now.
You know, Dax may know that he still has this championship, but it's down to 1 point in between Dax and Preston. So if Preston can keep going, and a little mistake by Deegan, he's 7 seconds back as of now. But a small bobble, a tip over, and Preston's right there with him.
Those are some squirrely scores here. Those top three. That 413 for Dax Bennett, 252 Preston Baseflug, 187. 404, 770. I got whatever in different area codes is what that looks like. I got to tell you, if we find that camera and we can point it back on Hayden Deegan here, he is making doubles everywhere. Like, he is making it actually look fun. Normally you watch these guys' heads just smash around or whatever. He's just jumping everything. It's really fun to watch this kid ride.
Well, and honestly, Levi Kitchen is kind of the one who taught us all that last year. He was just schooling us. Jumping through every
right there.
bump.
That's just a rhythm section. He hits it. Bop, bop. This tunnel jump, he's jumping on the top, and he's finding a little bump, hops off of the whole tunnel, clears all the bumps afterwards, man. Just if you want to know the fast way around this racetrack, if you can emulate what this kid's doing, it's very creative.
Levi's probably in his ear before every moto, or even at the practice track when they're testing. Jump the bumps.
I feel like that would help with your flow, man.
Definitely.
Like it just
feet up on the pegs, standing all in the sand section.
He's way on the inside here on this finish line straightaway with us. Dude, there he goes, hopping over that one. And see everybody else is so much.
See the difference. That was a perfect example of what you're talking about.
And he'll come way on the inside. He's jumping this, and this top of this jump here, he's going to jump right here. Everybody else wants to clear it. He goes right here and then jumps off of it. I didn't do it that time. He overjumped it. And going into this turn, he'll double in here. But didn't do it. Did it in front of the mechanics areas where he had a really cool section last time.
Way outside, angle in right here. No, takes a line. It could be a lot
He's just avoiding bumps now. Altogether, he's throwing my theory right out the window.
You know what? I'll vouch for you. You were dead on for 7 laps of racing, and then he said, "Okay, listen here, Kevin
Let's go
Kelly.
find some smooth territory."
Well, the crazy thing, it looks like it's taking more energy, but it's not. Just jumping through you use your legs to jump, but it looks like it's taking more energy, and you're actually saving energy by
absolutely
getting rid of that suspension travel through your arms and more your legs. You're
not fighting the bike,
letting the bike float. The bike's still going the same speed through there, and honestly probably faster, because you're not on the brakes. You're in the air, bumping, jumping, and then you sit into that rut, and a lot of times stand through them.
So we've got about 5 more minutes to go here. 20-minute moto here with our B riders. He's ready, man. He's going to be a contender immediately in that A class. His lap times tell you that right now. He's ready to go. You're going to have to deal with this guy, Jack Chambers.
Well, maybe in a few years, unless he goes pro next year.
He might go pro tomorrow at the Saturday night races.
There you go.
You don't know.
He's going straight to downtown Nashville to go do a race Saturday night. Get them A points.
Yeah, what would he have to do, Jason Weigand? I guess he'd have to race a couple of amateur days to get some points, get that pro card set up. So maybe by the end of the year, who knows? Who knows? That's the cool part about being able to dabble in the pro ranks even as an amateur. I like that idea. He can get in there and he might top 5 a couple of races, and they'll be like, all right, you're going to stay now.
It would have been good for them. I'm glad they created that for these amateurs to come to the pro nationals and actually race the same track, and for the Supercross. It gets us ready, and we're racing the same track that we would be racing in a year or so, or 6 months to get ready for it.
That little area gets so cupped out every single year from, I guess, braking, acceleration bumps. Man, you guys are just ruining the racetrack, Jack. Real cool.
Real cool.
Look how far over he was, and almost in the grass. He was on the billboard almost there, looking for any smooth real estate. He's got Bronson Myers out there trying to buy up all the real estate for him. There he is, way on the edge of the racetrack. Sitting down. Perfect form. Checks in with his YouTube clan there. Into the 10 Commandments. Triple. Double. And now he's kind of having to change his lines up, obviously, just because of lappers being in the way. He has to kind of spot those guys before he hits a turn to know where he's going to go. Another one of those 700-foot-long ruts.
With rollers in them, too.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
Those ruts are nuts.
There's honestly no track. I mean, there's the Outdoor Nationals that form up like this, but, they only have 2 or 3 different, they have the AB of 450, AB of 250. Those are the only guys that are going out here. All day long we have from
dorks like
guys
me.
As old as you out there.
Hey.
Down to some 5-year-olds.
Yep.
Some 3-year-olds out there on mini bikes. So.
Yeah, Jeff Emming made a great point. He goes, the braking bumps at a pro national all form about the same spot because all the pros brake at the same point.
These are way sooner.
Dudes are way back. It's just bumps everywhere, and acceleration bumps way later because we roll out of the turn, then we get on it.
Yep.
So it's a very challenging racetrack for you guys to navigate.
It forms up so much different because of the momentum that pros carry through the corners versus 85s, super minis, 125s, all the different classes.
Now you're just bragging. You're just bragging, dude.
Nah.
Settle down.
Nah.
No, hey, but all these kids will grow up in one day and
they'll be that guy.
And they'll be sitting here saying the same thing.
You're exactly right. Absolutely. Looks like the 2-lap card is out, and he has finally avoided that cupped out jump. You see him move 3 feet over. Yep. You don't have to hit these bumps. That's what Ryan Sipes was talking about. That he goes, I would be in a moto 20 minutes straight hitting the same dumb bump, and then finally, for whatever reason, I'd move over and be like, how about that?
That was much
there
smoother.
the whole time.
Carry some more speed through there.
And Emig talked about that as well, about while he's always scouting for different lines while he's racing. I'm like, it's hard enough for me to stay in a rut and not kill myself in that rut. He's over there looking at this line, how they merge and how he can change up. That's why you guys are pro and I'm not.
Yeah. Well, it looks like for the white flag is out, and we're on Daxon Vinnick now, and switch back over to Hayden. But Daxon has done some good rides this week, and with the last gate pick, and he has pulled it out. It looks like if he finishes this lap pretty smooth, that he'll be the 250B champion.
That's impressive, man. You talk about the nerves. Like you go in thinking you have the whatever gate pick, and they're like, hey, hold up.
I believe it would have been first gate pick.
Right. So he goes in thinking he has the first gate pick, and then they're like, nope, you're the last gate pick. That changes your whole mental state.
Yeah, and obviously whatever that mental state it changed to didn't last long, or he just threw it in the back pocket.
And hey, that's a tangible skill, just to have something thrown at you like that. You're like if your motor messes up and they're trying to work on it frantically, that just blows you out.
Honestly, sometimes when you have a problem on the gate, it gets your blood flowing so much.
You don't even think about it.
You get the whole shot.
I've seen that so many times. I saw Jeff Stanton do that.
Or something, and you put them on last second, car goes sideways, you put it in gear, drop the clutch, and you're whole shot,
No time to think and panic.
Yep, that's true.
No time. Well, he did it. I mean, we talked about it prior to this moto. We said, how is it going to affect him? Is he going to let it chip away at him and eat at him? Is he going to have a bad start? Nah, forget it. What was he was top 5 right off out of the
from the outside.
From the outside, that's right. So for all those kids out there, white flag out. For all the kids out there said, well, if it weren't for my gate pick.
Yeah. Well, Dax Bennett has
Exhibit A, Your Honor.
Yeah. There's been a lot of talk about guys, we should do time qualifying, but we come here, we're here for a week. If we had time qualifying to that and give everyone a practice, we'd be here for a week and a half.
Yeah, we're here for all of August.
Preach on, buddy. Preach on. Yeah. There's the number 38. It's Hayden Deegan. And this moto has been all his. What a statement. He's not going to win the championship, but he's going to go home feeling pretty good about his efforts here as we watch the 38 of Hayden Deegan turning flat straightaways and whooped out straightaways into doubles and making it actually look cool.
This morning when he took first place we said this was the best moto you've had all week. He said, yeah, I would agree. Outside of one little hiccup, he said it was awesome. This one was darn near perfection.
Yeah, this one's good.
Full shot, win. That's
Pretty
the goal.
simple.
Very solid.
Same rut, he's hit that inside turn the same way every single time. Claws his way out of that. Yeah, it's
Sometimes
nice and cozy.
you feel comfortable, you know, you don't want to change, but whether that other line you want to take be faster or not, you go through it and not know there's a rock in it or something, and you're down. He loses the moto.
There it is.
So the last lap is always that lap where you're like, take a breather, focus on it, and just, you know, execute everything.
Well, Jack, you made the jump into the pro ranks, man. How much fun has that been? How much different? Tell me the pace early on in the moto versus one of these motos. What are the key differences?
It's been awesome. It's been hard. It's been awesome. It's been so many different things. But I raced the Supercross season and outdoor season. I only raced three races of the outdoor season. I ended up tearing my ACL at Thunder Valley in the first turn. Best start of the season in like 7th or 8th place. I got bumped from the inside. Barely dabbed my leg. Felt a pop. And yeah, now here we are, not training or doing anything. So
hanging out. Well, let's take a ride right here with the number 38, Hayden Deegan. And I believe he is going to do it right there. The checker flag. Hayden Deegan will win the moto. Dax Bennett slips back a spot as Preston Baseflug gets around him. A 2:04 for Dax Bennett, but
Dax has got to be pumped right now. He knows.
Absolutely.
I would think he knows the championship is his. So that last corner, take it all in and
is it though?
See if we get a fist bump on this.
They should be tied in points.
No, Dax has got 8 points.
No, he's going to have 9 because he lost the spot. They're
Look,
tied.
He doesn't know. He's not sure.
He's looking around. You can see it in the body language.
I believe if once it finally updates, Bennett's going to go 4-1-3.
Yep.
Okay, then both goes 2-5-2. They're 8 and 9 points. That was a little closer than he probably would have liked.
Yeah.
Must have had a weird last lap there. Deegan, Baseflug, and Bennett. Made everybody up here nervous. I'm like, wait a minute. We had him just pinned in. He was ready to go. And Jack Chambers, thanks for joining us up here at the tower, dude.
Thank you, guys.
We'll give you a score after we'll get our Yelp reviews together, and you'll see it online. It usually takes about 48 hours.
Yeah,
so.
there we go.
Good 2-day turnaround.
4 stars. Highly recommend. Would use again. Oh,
hey, we're ready. We got our moto winner up here, taking a lot of congrats from a lot of people. It's not going to be a title because of the busted wheel immediately in the first moto, but it is good enough for a gold. Better than nothing. Let's hear it for Hayden Deegan. Oh, geez, I don't know my colors. Right. I'm turning colorblind in my old age. Well, I think I asked you that earlier in the week. It still feels good to end it on a high note, even if the title wasn't yours.
Yeah, definitely. And that time I got a hole shot, and I was like, thank God, this is going to be fun. So I was super excited when I got that hole shot. I was like, finally. So came around and, yeah, broke a good gap. It was good. Had fun. And, yeah, I'm pissed that I broke my wheel the first moto, but it would have been good.
Are you done for the week here?
No, I got one more class, schoolboy. Okay. So I can go get the title in that one if we put it all together.
That's right. You did be in a schoolboy. All right, so this gives you some confidence. I don't know if you needed that, but looking good going into that one?
Yeah, that one was really good. I felt good off the start, the whole moto. Stayed pretty consistent, and then the last lap I made a few mistakes, which kind of threw me off a little. I was just trying to be smart. But it was a good race. I had fun, and yeah.
Okay. Who do you want to thank, Hayden?
The whole Monster Energy Star team on my team, my mom, my dad, Mechanic Wyatt, my sister, and Chase for coming out and watching. Everyone else who's helping, and Method Race Wheels, thank you.
All right, he's got a Stasic Hole Shot Award, and he's got a gold medal. Let's hear it for Hayden Deegan. We'll bring Baseflug on up, who finished up second in the moto. We got to take Hayden Deegan's bike off, though. That was a moto win, but the title will go to the number 41 KTM. So let's bring Preston Baseflug on up and talk to him for finishing second. And we'll bring the number 41 machine on up to talk about the title. Hard-earned ride for second. Let's hear it for Preston Baseflug. I couldn't tell when you came in. Were you pumped on the ride or were you mad about the ride? Something was up.
Well, it's a little awkward, but Thought I got the win.
Oh, okay.
I thought I had it after I passed Dax, and I just put the hammer down, and yeah, I didn't know I had to beat him by 2. I thought I just had to beat him. So
Oh, you thought you had the title.
yeah, I was pretty disappointed, but it is what it is.
Yeah, you got to be proud of the ride, though. I mean, you needed to beat him at least to give yourself a shot, and you were able to get that done.
Yeah, it was a pretty solid ride. Just wish I could have taken home the win, but it is what it is.
Gotcha. And we'll let them ride the bike up. Give us a second, actually. No, you got to thank some people. I'll keep you for one more moment, then we'll bring the bike up. Who do you want to thank, Preston?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my mechanic Ty, my trainer Yanning, Dimitri, Monster Energy, Team Green, Pro Circuit Kawasaki, Asterix, Fox, Dunlop, Ryan Holiday, Dirt Bike Kids, Ethica, Rhino Power, anyone else I forgot, thank you.
All right, Preston Baseflug, a hard-fought second in B. Now we'll bring the championship bike on up. And it's been a while, actually, now for Daxton Bennick, who used to make championships an annual occurrence out here at Loretta's. It can stop even the most talented riders trying to run this gauntlet, but it did not stop him this time. Let's bring the number 41 bike and rider on up. He knew what he needed to do, and he did it in this moto by taking third, and with that, he is your champion. Welcome back to the top. Let's hear it for Dax Bennick. Dax, you won so many titles here on small motorcycles. I know this B thing has been tough on you. You've had all kinds of obstacles thrown in your way. It has to feel so good to be back on top at Loretta's.
Yeah, it feels really good to get it done. The pressure was on that moto. It got to me a little bit. The arms were freaking pumped up about second lap, but we made it work.
All right, awesome. What do you think the difference is? I know you were sick last year, but it seems like overall everything's really clicking. What's been the difference this year?
Yeah, I've just been grinding down in Florida at Alden Baker's. Big thanks to him and Brownie for helping me out. I know it's been a really good opportunity to be there, and that's what I thought I needed, and it's paying off.
All right. Who do you want to thank for this title?
The Lord Jesus Christ for keeping me safe, KTM Orange Brigade, my whole family for coming to watch, my mechanic B-Dog for busting his butt every day to get that bike good, Fox, Scott Goggles, Dunlop Tires, and everyone else. Thank you.
All right, you're champion. Let me bring the number 1 plate up to the podium from the AMA. Thanks, Tab. And we are going to crown him. Daxton Bennick is your national champion.